Well, here we are again. It's another day after track day, and I guess I have a progress report to give. Um, so, I built these plates here. I'll show you a detail in a sec. To raise the foot pegs up and um, eliminate having to worry about my foot dragging in the corners, my boot. Um, The results are mixed. The good news is that they did improve that situation, but didn't entirely eliminate it. So I still have to worry about where my foot is positioned when I put them back on the pegs, and because they're higher and further back, that is actually a little more difficult to get my foot all the way back up onto the peg. The other observation is that with the foot pegs higher, it puts more stress on my quads, and they had to work harder. So while it did improve things, it didn't really fix the problem. So I'm going to take them off and replace them with some aftermarket rear sets. Now there's a guy in the United States that is the best 9T racer in this country, and he's trying to put together another Boxer Cup series where we race these things, and he runs Rhizome, and I'll put a link in the description, rear sets. And it's interesting the difference between what I did and what they have. As it turns out, when you look at this bike from the back, these foot pegs are way wider than further out to the side than foot pegs on any other bike, at least at the track the last weekend. And that's, I think, the crux of the problem, is that this frame comes out. I made the problem worse because these are 1/4 inch plates that move each side out 1/4 inch. And the bracket itself drives these foot pegs out. Just a second. I got a garbage truck going by. So the way the rhizomes work is they bolt up to the normal place for the foot pegs, but they don't, and they put the foot peg right down here and right against the frame. So the foot peg's shorter, it's right against the frame. The grip surface on the foot peg is really aggressive, which I think I like, and on the other side, and here's a picture, they actually get rid of the linkage to the shift lever, and they mount the shift lever right on the linkage axle at the base of the motor, and it's a short, as you can see, it's a short shift lever, and then because of that, they're able to keep that foot peg low and right against the frame also. So I think, I thought that the problem was that they weren't high enough, and maybe I had to move them back a bit in order to fit the bolts behind these. But now, Nate Kern's solution seems like it's addressing the main problem, which is that these foot pegs are just too wide, just too far out, and therefore when you're going over, your foot peg comes in contact with the surface fairly easily. So that's they're expensive, unfortunately, but hopefully that'll cure the problem. In fact, if it doesn't cure the problem, then the problem is mine, because of Nate Kern, who successfully raced his Boxer, his 9T against Ducatis and everything else. Then it's then it's me. It's not the footpegs. Other than that, the 9T just was awesome again on the track. It's an awesome track bike, very easy to drive, and gets right down in there, goes fast. Wouldn't wish for any more horsepower, at least on the track I go to. Draws enormous attention. So 20 people came by at the track just doing an eye over it. It's a gorgeous bike, a lot of fun. So I had another good track day. The morning was cold. It was in the 50s all morning, so the tires didn't really get warm enough for me to push it. In the afternoon, the sun came out. It was in the 60s, low 70s, and it was perfect. So another great day at the track. It'll be a few weeks now before I get back to the track, probably sometime in May, unless it's really hot, with the new rear sets. And then I'll give you another report, another update on what to do about these footpegs. If you're spending money on your bike and it's about going to the track, the footpegs are the limiting factor. It's not the suspension. Well, the first thing I'd get is tires. These Pirelli Super Courses are just perfect. But I wouldn't worry about the exhaust system. I wouldn't worry about the Olin shocks or cartridges. The limiting factor on this bike right now is the footpegs. That keeps you from really being aggressive with the bike. So we've got to solve that problem first and then go forward. That's about it. So I hope you enjoy the video. There are a couple of crashes this weekend. You might get a glimpse of one off to the side as I go by. Red flag the place. Nobody hurt, seriously. Guy brought out his brand new, like 4-week-old Ducati 1199 and hadn't ridden it enough. It was cold in the morning, tires weren't warm enough, and he low-sided and really, tore the bike up. Really sad. You gotta be cautious. So everybody out there, drive safe, enjoy your 9Ts. I love mine. It's just an awesome machine. Have a great day. Bye. this was a couple laps on the track. It's a 2 mile track. I'm down in the high 130s, which is about as fast as I want to go. Given the rear sets and my lack of confidence in shifting and getting my foot back on the peg properly, I don't want to leave you with the impression that the racer is slow. It's not slow by any means. As you can see by these tire shots, I'm down on the edge and tearing up the rubber. So the issue is that I'd like to go faster. The bike can certainly go faster. It's just my confidence right now in those foot pegs. So I hope you enjoyed the view of the track and had some information. I gave you some information you can use, and have a great day.